Sul, vi now frederge The Sims, and when last we left off, Danielle was very close to getting a promotion, but unfortunately her mood deteriorated so much that she didn't want to do anything else in Studio Town. Specifically, her energy was really low. It didn't disappear completely, but it went low enough that she didn't want to do anything else there, and then immediately fell asleep as soon as she got back home. She'll try again tomorrow. Hopefully Keppel's star power hasn't deteriorated too much in the space of one day. We can only hope, eh? Because if it does, we'll have to keep making friends with somebody else who has star power, just to sort of balance out the rough star power of Danielle's friends. I think that's how that's meant to work, that you make lots of friends with people from Studio Town, so even as people's star power fluctuates, you'll continue to have a roughly balanced number. At least that's what I think is how it's meant to work. It may not work like that at all. Meanwhile, on the other side of the road, Dave, Yvette, Jim and Roger are currently saving up money to continue working on the upstairs bathroom, and if they have some money left over after that, they'll extend this room here, the room that Jim and Roger sleep in. Let's find out just what's going on. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and Roger has gotten up to have breakfast. Very early, but his energy is full. And Jim is still asleep, but he won't be asleep for much longer. And Dave is still asleep, but he won't be asleep for much longer. In fact, Dave is getting up right now. And Dog is wide awake. And Yvette has been awake for quite a while. Yvette is going to eat her breakfast, and then deal with bladder and hygiene, and probably deal with fun. Dave is getting up slowly, unlike Jim, who gets up really quickly today, and goes to get some food. I know, another day of work, but you must save up this money. We have to get a fair bit of money if we're going to get this better shower. We need just shy of 3,000 simoleons. Pretty much we need to hope on a phone call that gives us lots of money. Or find something in the house that we're not using that's worth a lot that we could just sell. And no, we're not going to be selling the television. What would they do without the television? We'll never know. Dog has just finished relieving himself and is going to run around and eventually take care of hygiene after eating some more food. And this will take care of social quite nicely, this conversation, as they all get to know each other that much better. Good morning, Dave. Time for you to have some breakfast, and time for you to take care of hygiene. Excellent. Everything is running that much more smoothly, and they're both in each other's way. That's fine, though. They're able to work around that. And they're going to work around that by you going upstairs to take care of that plate. Don't do that. That's silly. Somebody else will take care of that at some point. Alright, time for you to eat now. We're going to be earning a fair amount of money today, but eventually we are going to get some bills, and they will be a little bit more expensive because we have all the extra things in the upstairs bathroom. And you're just going to do nothing. You know what you're going to do? You're going to go upstairs and use these. That's what they're there for, after all. Just use them so that you don't have to go and wait around for this room. Dog has finished eating, and taking care of hygiene will mean that you're in a fantastic mood, Dog, as you just run around randomly. You're going to have to wait a tiny while, so we're just going to have you, you're going to interact with Dog. That's actually a really good idea. Then again, you don't need to wait that long, because this room is about to be empty. There we go. That interaction has gone a little bit wrong as Dog is in the wrong place. But it's still an interaction. And you're just about done. Are you going to go and grab all the other plates? That's very cleanly of you. You have a tiny bit of time. Time for you to watch some television, I think. While Dave is uncharacteristically clean. You going to go and get that plate as well? The answer is no. You're not going to get that plate. We could get you to get that plate, though. Clean that up and clean this up. There we go. Much better. And we need to get this the right way round. There we go. Everything is now the right way round. You're taking care of hygiene. You're done, so you can go and watch some television. And then you can use the upstairs bathroom. There we go. It will take a little while longer, but it's worth it so that you can get started now. And everything has gone that much more smoothly now we have the upstairs bathroom. I would call the upstairs bathroom a success, wouldn't you? This frees up so much more time for everyone. And Yvette is just about to go to work, in a brilliant mood. This mood will be sullied a tiny bit by the fact that it's very dark outside, and there is one puddle of animal urine there. That puddle of animal urine will lower the room just a bit, and all of these ones will as well. Room plummets, yep, all the way down to there. And you're just shrugging for no particular reason. Is that because Dog's in the way? It might have been because Dog's in the way. Either way, you're now at work. Marvellous. And you're going to, what are you two going to do? No idea what you two are going to do. Why don't you have a conversation with each other? Brilliant plan. You're taking care of hygiene, and you are taking care of hygiene as well. Everyone is in a brilliant mood, and you two have hours before school. And you're going to talk about octopuses, and various things like aliens. Do they believe in aliens? They may believe in aliens. Meanwhile, Dave needs to get some fun, which means watching the television. Are Jim and Roger in the way? I'm sure they can move. We'll find out if they are in the way in a moment, when Dave tries to get past them. They are indeed in the way. They won't be in the way for much longer, though. There we go. We'll just leave them to do whatever they want to do, as long as whatever they want to do isn't grabbing a snack from the fridge. You're going to interact with Dog, and Roger. Roger is considering what he wants to do this morning. Is it grabbing food? It is. We'll never know what it is. Roger has no particular interest in doing anything. Why don't you just read a book, or you can't study for school because your grades are A+. If we had something like a computer or things in their room that they could do, I'd be able to get them to do that. Right now, he's just doing nothing. We really need to get something. You're cleaning up. Can you water the plants? That's a good idea. Why don't you do that? Excellent. And Dave, that's enough television for you. Time to interact with Dog. Whatever Dog is all the way over there. That's okay though. We can call Dog over, and Dog will come to Dave, and the school bus will arrive in about an hour. How close do you have to be for that to work? I've no idea. The answer is, you don't have to be anywhere near the animal that you're calling over. They can hear you somehow. Alright, we shall wrestle here, and then we shall give Dog a hug. There we go. That should help out with social quite a lot. You're taking care of that puddle in the middle of the road, and you're busy watering the plants, and soon you two shall be off to school, and then Dave will be off to work. That helped with social quite a bit, and this will help even more. You may even get some time to work on cooking, Dave. You haven't had an opportunity to do that for quite a while, have you? Who's a good dog? I'm a good dog. You've told me this many times already. So many times that I most certainly know. And social is at maximum. Time to study cooking for a while. You have plenty of time, after all, before you go to work. And you've taken care of pretty much everything. Your comfort is a little low. We can sort that when you're at home. The carpool is going to arrive in an hour, and you're going to go to school. How many of these have we missed? We have missed a grand total of 2 of them. You could take care of them before you go to work. And, you also need to take care of that as well. We'll do that in about 15 minutes. It's going to take quite a while for cooking to go up for you, Dave. Alright, time to stop that. You're going to fill this up, and then you're going to water the remaining plants, as the gardener is never ever going to come back here ever again. Which is a shame, and I know I could reset the gardener by moving out and moving in, but I really don't want to do that. We have so many things here, and we won't get all the value back for them when we move out and move in. So we'd have to start again, effectively. We wouldn't be able to have all of this, that's for sure. Here we go. 1 plant watered. And 2. I know there's more than 1 plant there, but it's only counted as 1 patch of plant in the game. And just in time too. Time for you to go to work. And I hope nothing terrible happens while you're there. There is something that we do want to do while we're there. Or rather, while you're there. We need to get a smoke alarm. We haven't had one all this time, would you believe? We're going to get one now, and we're going to put it right there. Excellent. We don't want anything terrible to happen with cooking food, after all. There we go. Would you believe we've had all this time without having a smoke alarm there? All the time that Dave had 0 cooking and was cooking food and not burning it somehow. There we go. And everyone is now home. And there are currently no bills. Alright, dog, there are 3 people you can interact with, and you are going to interact with Jim first, so we're just going to get you to start doing something. I know what you're going to do. We have some cooking to learn, because you're the one that's cooking all the meals at the moment in the morning, because you get up first, so you might as well work on cooking for a bit. Why not, eh? And Dog, meanwhile, is going to interact with Jim here. You're going to wait for an interaction as well. You might get an interaction. It's not likely, however. And those bills are going to be a little bit more expensive. I know what you're going to do. You're going to turn on the television and watch some Yeti Man. And when Dave comes home, Dave can take care of the bills. They're not going to go anywhere after all. Nobody goes into the post box and takes the bills. They are our bills after all. And it's a bad thing to take somebody else's bills. You're going to turn on the television, and then you're going to watch the television as well. There we go. Watch the television also. You should be able to just sit there and watch it. Or you can't watch the television at all. There we go. Much better. For some reason, the interaction cancelled itself. There's plenty of room on the sofa for everyone, except there's only room for 3 people. So, Dave, you're going to have to find somewhere else to sit. Then again, you really don't need to sit right now. Your comfort is exemplary. And Dog is busy doing what Dog does there. What Dog always does there, without fail. Nobody is fooled, Spike. You might as well just go. They know Dog, and you are not Dog. It's always Spike that comes inside. I know it's just entirely random, but it always seems to be Spike that goes into the house and tries to mope around by the Sims that are watching the television usually. What are you doing? You're taking care of hygiene, and you've had enough fun for one day. You could go and take a shower right now and take care of that hygiene. It's not a bad idea. And then I think you're going to play with Dog. Let's have a few interactions here. You might as well get to know Dog that much better. Aha! You have arrived home, so we'll cancel these interactions, because I'm sure Dog would like to say hello to Dave. You're going to take care of that. You're going to stop doing that in a moment. I think turning that off is a good idea. Anything else you could do? Might as well clean that up for the moment, I suppose. And we'll get rid of that interaction as Dog runs over to Dave. Hello, hello, I was busy. Apologies. I'm here now. You may interact with me. And I'm going to move into the road. I probably shouldn't move into the road. It's a bad place to be if I want any interactions to happen. Why don't you two have a conversation? Not a bad thing to do, eh? And there we go. 1 interaction achieved. And after that, you can get the mail and see how expensive it is. You two are rather tired, and it's only 6 o'clock. Well, that's what happens when you get up at 2 in the morning to get ready for school. And Dog is like, I shall now eat, now that I've interacted with Dave. And we'll get rid of that command. And how expensive are these? 468. That is really not costly at all. I was expecting it to be far more expensive than that. Far more expensive. What are you going to do today, Dave? I know what you're not going to do. You're not going to go to Magic Town. Why don't you go and have a swim? You've not had a swim in the pool for absolutely ages. It's not a bad idea. You're going to go and do that, and pretty soon I imagine you two are going to get some sleep. In fact, you might as well go and get some sleep right now. That's a good idea. You're going to go get some sleep in a moment. Time for the swim, Dave! You haven't used that pool for absolutely ages. There we go. I was about to say maybe you changed your mind, and you dived into the pool. Marvellous. That is a lot of fun. You'll be having a lot of fun while you're in there. Maybe you should go to bed as well. Maybe. You're not as tired as Roger was, but not by much. You're going to go and have some food. I'd rather you went to sleep, actually, than have some food. What fun you are having, Dave, enjoying that pool that you spent a lot of money on. We could have built a second bathroom with that money, I know, but the pool is a worthwhile investment. And at some point, they all might even use it enough to make it a worthwhile investment. I think it's time for you to get some sleep. You need to get a lot of energy and get up rather early. In fact, I think I might have kept you up a little bit too late. You're just going to stay up for a while longer and swim around some more. We'll just fast forward time a bit and around about, you are too tired now. So you're going to go get some sleep. That's a good idea. You don't want to run out of energy while you're in the pool. If you run out of energy while you're in the pool, you drown and die. That will happen if you remove a way for them to get out of the pool, like remove these ladders. In later Sims games, the Sims 4 I know for a fact, you can just climb out of the side of the pool, and so that doesn't happen. Rest well, everyone, for tomorrow is a brand new day, and I might have had you go to bed a little bit too late, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Time for you to get up. Your energy isn't that wonderful, but it will do. You nearly got that point of cooking that you've been working towards. So it's time to serve some breakfast. Your energy is actually higher than Yvette's, which makes sense because you went to bed earlier. I know. It's very early in the day, even earlier than everybody else's time to get up. And Dog there was thinking of Dave. They do have a really good friendship after all. 100 in the short term and 99 in the long term. And 96 in the... I'm actually looking at Dave's there, not Dog. Dog's is 199, 199, 90 and 89, and 9 and 8. Silly me, accidentally thinking that Dave's relationship scores are Dog's relationship scores. They're not too far off, to be fair. For the most part, anyway. Eat well. And you two have gotten up already, even earlier than you did before. That is because food was served and your energy was high enough that it automatically goes, time to get up and greet the day. This is pretty good because it means that Yvette will get some social here. And Yvette needs some social. Time to do that, and then that. It won't be too much social gain, but it will be enough that she may not need to do any social interactions this morning. You, meanwhile, are still asleep. This doesn't surprise me. And with enough bathrooms, that is 2 bathrooms, we shouldn't have a problem dealing with Jim and Roger finishing their food at the same time. It's not that much of a social gain between Yvette and Jim and Roger, but it's enough, I think. Ooh, there are negatives there. They do not like talking about that at all. But there are positives for Yvette, which is good. Just fast forward it there a bit so that Yvette is done with her food. Time to deal with bladder, hygiene, and where is Dog? Dog is still asleep. Fair enough, always worth checking. And they're nearly done with their food. And their relationship is 84 and 82 and 78, 89. They know each other really well indeed, which is not surprising. Good morning, Dave. Rise and shine. Except there is no sun out at the moment, so it's more like rise and eat some food. You're going to cancel that interaction, and you're going to go and use this one, I think. Actually, no, you're going to use that one, so you might as well just, there we go, we'll just do that and that. You're going to have to wait, I'm afraid, which means that you're actually not going to be waiting that long because Yvette's hygiene is nearly at maximum. So just wait a tiny bit and then use the bathroom and use the bathroom yourself. And Roger needs to leave the room here. You really need to leave the room here, Roger. There you go. The carpool for Yvette will arrive in about an hour. And now that Yvette has left the shower, time for her to deal with fun, and time for you to use this and that. There we go. Dave, it's time for you to start your day. For when we come back, folks, we still need to earn a lot more money before we can get that shower. And we need to earn even more money before we can extend this room. It's going to be a long time. But eventually, they'll have some time to continue working on cooking, get a few more magical ingredients, and who knows what the phone calls will have happen. Maybe a massive amount of money. It tends to be a massive amount of money. You're going to clean that up, because that is a mess. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Dag dag.